If you don't know much about history but still want their facts, we've got you covered. Adolf Hitler was born on April 20th, 1889, in Austria. He moved to Germany in 1913 and served in World War I. In 1920, he joined the German Workers' Party, which later became the Nazi Party. By 1933, he rose to power as Chancellor of Germany. Hitler's policies led to World War II and the Holocaust, where millions of lives were lost. As the war turned against him, Hitler hid in a bunker in Berlin. He died on April 30th, 1945. Hitler's impact on history is profound and tragic. Understanding his life helps us remember the importance of peace and tolerance. Adolf Hitler was rejected from the Academy of Fine Arts Vienna twice, in 1907 and 1908. This rejection deeply affected him and fueled his later ambitions. As a young man, Hitler aspired to be an artist. He poured his heart into his art portfolio, hoping to gain acceptance into the prestigious Academy. However, both applications were denied, with the Academy citing a lack of talent in his work. This rejection was a pivotal moment in Hitler's life. It shattered his dreams and left him with a deep sense of bitterness and resentment. Struggling to find his place in society, Hitler turned to politics. The rejection from the Art Academy became a catalyst for his radicalization and his eventual rise to power. Understanding this crucial part of Hitler's early life provides insight into the complexities of his character and the origins of his destructive path. It serves as a reminder of how personal failures and rejections can shape an individual's future in unforeseen and often tragic ways. In 1941, Hitler launched Operation Barbarossa, the invasion of the Soviet Union. This was one of the largest military operations in history and marked a significant turning point in World War II. Driven by his ambition to conquer the Soviet Union and secure vast territories for Germany, Hitler mobilized over 3 million Axis troops, supported by thousands of tanks and aircraft. The initial phase of the operation saw rapid German advances, catching the Soviet forces off guard. Cities fell and vast swathes of territory were occupied. However, the harsh Russian winter, logistical challenges and fierce Soviet resistance began to turn the tide. The Battle of Moscow and the subsequent Soviet counteroffensive marked the beginning of the end for Operation Barbarossa. Hitler's decision to invade the Soviet Union proved to be a catastrophic mistake. The prolonged conflict drained German resources and opened a brutal eastern front that would bleed the German military dry. The failure of Operation Barbarossa was a critical factor in the eventual downfall of Nazi Germany. This ambitious but ultimately flawed campaign highlights the dangers of overreaching ambition and the unforeseen consequences of massive military endeavors. It serves as a stark reminder of how pivotal decisions can alter the course of history, often with devastating results. As the war progressed, Hitler's health deteriorated significantly. The once formidable dictator showed clear signs of physical and mental decline. His speeches became increasingly erratic, and his decision-making grew more irrational. The weight of the war's failures and the relentless Allied advance took a heavy toll on him, both physically and mentally. In the spring of 1945, as the Allies closed in on Berlin, Hitler retreated to his bunker deep beneath the Reich Chancellery. This underground fortress, known as the Führerbunker, became the stage for the final act of his life. Surrounded by loyalists and high-ranking officials, Hitler became increasingly paranoid and isolated. Reports of betrayal and defeat filled the air, further fueling his descent into madness and despair. Inside the cold concrete walls of the bunker, Hitler's world shrank dramatically. He issued desperate orders to non-existent divisions and ranted about imagined conspiracies. The once powerful Führer was now a shadow of his former self, consumed by delusions and despair. As Soviet forces stormed Berlin, the reality of impending defeat became undeniable. On April 30th, 1945, with the sound of artillery echoing above, Hitler took his own life, alongside his wife, Eva Braun. His death marked the end of the Third Reich and the liberation of Europe from the grip of Nazi tyranny. The Führerbunker, now a symbol of his ultimate downfall, serves as a haunting reminder of the destructive power of unchecked ambition and the tragic consequences of absolute power. Hitler's final days encapsulate the collapse of a regime built on hatred and violence, leaving a scar on history that endures to this very day. With the death of Adolf Hitler on April 30th, 1945, The Nazi regime crumbled, marking the end of an era of unprecedented brutality. The Allies swiftly moved to secure Berlin, and the war in Europe came to a close, bringing relief to millions. But the end of the war marked the beginning of a new and arduous journey for the world, one filled with challenges and hope. Millions of lives had been lost, and countless cities lay in ruins, a stark reminder of the war's devastation. The horrors of the Holocaust were unveiled, revealing the depth of the atrocities committed under Hitler's rule, shocking the world. The survivors, both liberated from concentration camps and war-torn lands, faced the daunting task of rebuilding their shattered lives. The Allied forces, now victors, turned their attention to reconstruction and justice, aiming to restore order. The Nuremberg trials were convened to hold the perpetrators of war crimes accountable, ensuring that the lessons of the past would not be forgotten by future generations. Leaders from across the globe came together to form the United Nations, an organization dedicated to fostering peace and preventing future conflicts on a global scale. In the midst of the devastation, glimmers of hope emerged, signaling the start of a new chapter. Countries once ravaged by war began to rebuild, brick by brick, and the resilience of the human spirit shone through brightly. Germany, divided and occupied, embarked on a path of reconciliation and recovery, eventually rising from the ashes to become a symbol of democracy and unity for the world. The world, forever changed by the events of World War II, moved forward with a renewed commitment to peace and human rights, determined to avoid repeating past mistakes. The memory of Hitler's rise and fall serves as a stark reminder of the dangers of unchecked power and the importance of vigilance in safeguarding freedom and democracy. As we reflect on this dark chapter in history, we honor the victims and survivors, and we strive to build a future where such atrocities can never occur again, ensuring a better world for all. The story of Hitler's demise and the subsequent rebuilding of the world is a testament to the enduring strength of humanity and the unyielding pursuit of justice and peace. Hitler's impact on history is both profound and tragic. Understanding his life helps us remember the critical importance of peace and tolerance. As we reflect on the rise and fall of Adolf Hitler, it is crucial to consider the lasting lessons his legacy imparts to us. His ascent to power was marked by manipulation, fear-mongering, and the exploitation of societal divisions. These tactics remind us of the vulnerability of democratic institutions and the importance of vigilance in protecting them. The horrors of the Holocaust and the immense suffering caused by World War II underscore the catastrophic consequences of hatred and bigotry. They serve as a solemn reminder that intolerance, when left unchecked, can lead to unimaginable atrocities. In the aftermath of the war, the world came together to forge a path towards peace and reconciliation. The formation of the United Nations and the establishment of international laws to prevent genocide and war crimes were direct responses to the darkness of Hitler's regime. These efforts highlight the collective responsibility we share in preventing history from repeating itself. Education plays a vital role in this mission. By teaching future generations about the atrocities of the past, we instill the values of empathy, respect, and human dignity. It is through understanding and remembrance that we can build a more just and peaceful world. Today, the scars of World War II continue to remind us of the fragility of peace. As global citizens, we must remain committed to fostering dialogue, understanding, and cooperation. In honoring the memory of those who suffered and perished, we reaffirm our dedication to creating a future where such horrors can never occur again. The story of Adolf Hitler is a stark illustration of the dangers of unchecked power and the depths of human cruelty, yet it is also a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the enduring pursuit of justice and peace. By learning from the past, we pave the way for a brighter, more harmonious future for all. Together, we can ensure that history's darkest chapters are never repeated. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment.